What if I told you that the way you feel right now, your energy, your focus, even your mood, could all be traced back to what you ate this morning? I used to think breakfast was just a habit. Toast, coffee, maybe something sweet. But when I hit 60, everything changed. My energy dipped. My blood pressure rose. I felt older than I was. And then I tried something different. Not a diet, not a trendy cleanse, just a few powerful foods, eaten the right way. Today I'll show you the 10 foods that help me feel younger, think clearer, and finally take back my mornings. And it starts with one food you probably already have in your fridge, but never realized it could transform your health. Let's take a look inside your morning plate. I used to skip breakfast. Sometimes I told myself I wasn't hungry. Other times, I just didn't have the time. But most mornings, I just didn't think it mattered. Then, during a routine checkup, my doctor looked at my lab results, paused, and said something I'll never forget. Your body is sending you signals, but you're ignoring them every morning. That one sentence made me rethink everything I knew about breakfast. Here's what I learned. When you wake up, your body has already gone 10 to 12 hours without food. Your blood sugar is low. Your cortisol, your stress hormone, is rising. Your metabolism is waiting for a signal. And the first thing you eat, that is the signal. If you start your day with sugar or empty carbs, you spike your insulin, crash by mid-morning, and set off a roller coaster of hunger and fatigue. But when you give your body clean fuel, protein, fiber, healthy fats, you're telling it, we're strong today, we're balanced, we're ready. For those of us over 50, that message becomes even more important. As we age, we lose muscle more easily. Our digestion slows. Our energy fades faster. So skipping breakfast isn't just a missed meal. It's a missed opportunity to support your body where it needs it most. And don't worry, this isn't about cooking fancy meals or following strict diets. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 10 powerful, simple foods that can transform your mornings. And we'll start with one that's been quietly saving our brains and hearts for generations. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt full, satisfied, and energized from just 2 eggs? It sounds simple, because it is. But simplicity is often misunderstood. For decades, eggs got a bad rap. People feared cholesterol, worried about their hearts, and turned to cereals and bagels instead. But here's what science now tells us. Eggs never deserved the blame. Inside every egg is a powerhouse of nutrients. Choline, which supports your brain and memory. Lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect aging eyes from macular degeneration. And high-quality protein, which helps preserve muscle mass, something we start losing rapidly after 50. A study from the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that people who eat eggs for breakfast consume fewer total calories throughout the day. Why? Because eggs keep you full. They don't spike your blood sugar. They help you stay steady, focused, and less likely to reach for those mid-morning cookies. But let's be real. No one wants to eat plain boiled eggs every day. So here's how I enjoy mine. A veggie-packed omelet with spinach and tomatoes, scrambled with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper. Or simply over easy, resting on a slice of whole grain toast. The key? Pair them with fiber, like sautéed greens or avocado, and you've got a breakfast that loves your body back. Eggs aren't just breakfast food. They're brain food, eye food, energy food. And next, we'll talk about a humble bowl of oats that does more than just warm your belly. It actually cleans your arteries. Every winter morning, my grandmother would make a small pot of oatmeal. Nothing fancy, just oats, water, a pinch of salt. Back then, I thought it was just old-fashioned. Now, I realize it was wisdom in a bowl. You see, oats aren't just filling. They contain something extraordinary, beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that acts like a sponge in your body, soaking up bad cholesterol and gently helping your heart stay clean and strong. According to nutritional reviews, beta-glucan can lower LDL cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and help regulate blood sugar. And for those of us over 50, that's a big deal. But here's the twist. Not all oats are created equal. Those instant sugary packets, they spike your blood sugar and leave you hungry an hour later. What you want are steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats, whole, unprocessed, and rich in fiber. Here's my favorite way to eat them. Cooked slow with cinnamon and almond milk. Stir in ground flaxseed for extra omega-3s. Topped with blueberries, a handful of walnuts, and a drizzle of honey. Or go savory. Yes, savory oats, cooked with bone broth. Topped with a poached egg and sautéed kale. It's hearty, grounding, and surprisingly delicious. Oats don't just warm your belly. They help protect your heart, stabilize your energy, and fuel your morning the way nature intended. But wait until you meet the tiny seeds that carry enormous healing power. Coming up next, the quiet strength of flax seeds and how they changed my gut, my skin, and my energy in ways I never expected. They're small, unassuming, easy to miss in the back of your pantry. But flax seeds, along with chia and hemp, are some of the most powerful foods you can add to your breakfast. And they changed everything for me. A few years ago, I started having digestive issues, bloating, irregularity, that sluggish, heavy feeling that just won't go away. Then, a friend, who's a holistic nutritionist, gave me this tip. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed every morning. That's it. I tried it, and within a week I noticed a difference. Clearer skin, more regular digestion, and a kind of steady energy I hadn't felt in years. Here's why. Flax seeds are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation, the root of so many chronic conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and even fatigue. They're also rich in lignans, powerful antioxidants that support hormone balance, especially for women over 50. And then there's fiber, the kind that feeds your gut, not just fills your belly. But here's the catch. To unlock their benefits, flax seeds must be ground, not whole. Otherwise, they pass right through you. Here's how I use them. Stirred into oatmeal or yogurt, blended into a morning smoothie, or even mixed with almond butter on a slice of toast. It's a tiny change, but over time, those small seeds added up to big shifts in how I felt, how I moved, even how I thought. So don't underestimate the little things. Sometimes it's the quietest foods that do the most powerful healing. Coming up next, we'll sweeten things up, guilt-free, with a food that fights aging, protects your heart, and satisfies your sweet tooth: berries. We all crave a little sweetness in the morning. For some, it's syrup on pancakes. For others, it's that flavored yogurt or a quick muffin on the go. But what if your morning sweetness could heal your body instead of harm it? Enter berries. Nature's candy. But unlike candy, these little gems fight disease instead of feeding it. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. They're all bursting with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which give berries their deep color and powerful punch. These antioxidants protect your cells from damage, fight inflammation, and support brain and heart health. A study published in the journal Circulation found that people who regularly ate berries had a significantly lower risk of heart disease. That's no small deal, especially when heart disease remains the #1 threat for Americans over 50. And there's more. Berries are low in calories but high in fiber, which helps keep you full and your blood sugar stable. They support gut health, memory, and even vision. But here's what I love most. They're incredibly versatile. Toss them on top of oatmeal or Greek yogurt. Blend them into smoothies. Or just grab a bowl and eat them plain. It's that simple. Frozen berries? Absolutely fine. Just read the label. No added sugar. The only ingredient should be strawberries or blueberries, nothing else. For me, berries became a way to honor my sweet tooth without sacrificing my health. They helped me swap the donut for something just as satisfying. without the crash. And next, we'll bring in the foundation, the humble slice of whole grain toast, and why it might be the missing piece in your morning ritual. When I was growing up, toast was toast, white, fluffy, and slathered in butter. It tasted good, but it didn't do us any favors. Now, decades later, I've found a kind of toast that not only satisfies but nourishes deeply. Whole wheat toast is more than a trend. It's a slow-release source of energy, packed with fiber, B vitamins, and complex carbohydrates that fuel your body without the crash. Here's what happens when you swap white bread for whole grain. Your blood sugar stays steady. No spikes, no crashes. You feel fuller, longer, less snacking, more energy. Your digestion improves, thanks to the fiber that keeps things moving. But here's a secret the food industry doesn't tell you. Not all wheat bread is whole wheat. Many loaves are colored brown with molasses or caramel, but made from refined flour. How to tell the difference? Flip the label. The first ingredient should be 100% whole wheat flour. No tricks, no blends, just the real stuff. Now, let's talk toppings, because toast is just the beginning. My favorite combos: avocado plus sea salt plus lemon juice, heart-healthy fats; nut butter plus banana slices, protein, potassium, and fiber; poached egg plus spinach, plus chili flakes, savory, warming, and brain-boosting. These aren't just toppings, they're layers of strength, stacked on a slice of intention. With just 5 minutes, a toaster, and a little creativity, your breakfast becomes more than a habit. It becomes a daily act of self-care. And if you think toast is convenient, wait until you see what a morning protein shake can do. Some mornings, you just don't have time. The eggs don't get cooked. The toast stays in the bag. Life moves fast, and breakfast gets skipped. But here's the truth. You don't need a full kitchen to fuel your body well. Sometimes all it takes is a blender and a better coffee habit. Let's start with the blender. Protein shakes can be a lifesaver when done right. They offer lean protein to preserve muscle and keep you full, fruits and greens for vitamins and fiber, seeds or nut butters for healthy fats and energy. Here's my go-to recipe: 1 scoop of unsweetened plant-based protein, 1 2 banana, handful of spinach, 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed, unsweetened almond milk, a few ice cubes. Blend and go. That's it. But beware. Many store-bought shakes are loaded with sugar, artificial flavors, and cheap proteins your body can't absorb. Read the label. If the first ingredient is cane sugar, walk away. Now, let's talk coffee. I love coffee. But for years, I unknowingly turned it into a dessert. Whipped cream, caramel drizzle, creamers full of chemicals. No wonder I felt jittery and hungry by 10 a.m. Here's how I fixed it. Switched to black coffee or coffee with unsweetened oat or almond milk. Added cinnamon instead of sugar. Drank it after breakfast, not on an empty stomach. And guess what? No more energy crashes. No more sugar cravings. Coffee and shakes can absolutely be part of a healthy morning routine if they serve you, not sabotage you. And now, for something as familiar as it is powerful. A fruit so common, it's often overlooked: the banana. But what it does inside your body, that's anything but ordinary. By now, you've seen the power of food, how 1 egg, 1 handful of berries, 1 thoughtful choice can shape your energy, your focus, your day. But here's the thing. A single healthy breakfast won't change your life. A ritual will. And rituals don't need to be perfect. They just need to be yours. For me, it started with 1 habit. I laid out my oats the night before. That tiny action, just 5 seconds, made the next morning easier. From there, I added a short walk after breakfast, then a moment of quiet, a deep breath, and over time, it became a rhythm, a ritual, a new way of caring for myself. And the results? More stable energy, clearer thinking, better moods, less medication, more movement. Not because I overhauled my life, but because I began each day with intention. You don't have to do it all tomorrow. Just start with one food, one shift. Swap the sugary cereal for oatmeal. Add flaxseed to your smoothie. Switch to whole grain toast. Then notice how you feel and build from there. Because your mornings matter. They are a message to your body, your brain, and your future. So what will your message be tomorrow morning? If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing. And in the comments, let me know. What's one breakfast food you'll start with tomorrow? Stay strong, stay nourished, and as always, stay healthy.